Hello everyone. So today we'll continue our discussion about the trees. So we were discussing cost complexity pruning yesterday. Okay. So there are two words involved here, cost and complexity. So cost is generally in terms of the error. What we defined yesterday was some sort of error, MSE mean squared error type of thing. Plus we were having a term alpha times mod t. So cost, as I said, is generally in terms of errors, whereas this part kind of denotes complexity. Why complexity? Because mod t we said is total number of nodes in a tree. Remember, when I say total number of nodes, I am not saying just the number of leaf nodes. I am considering everything. So if I have a tree which is something like this, my mod t would be 3 and not 2. Okay. So what is total number of nodes? So if total number of nodes is high, it means that the tree would have very complicated structure. Okay. So the complexity would be high. So that's why this is known as complexity type of term. So the pruning is based on both the error in terms of prediction as well as the complexity of the tree. We have to kind of find a trade-off between the two. Okay. So how to choose alpha? This is again an issue. Okay. How to decide what is the sort of optimal weight for complexity? Now what we can do is we can have validation approach for choosing alpha. Okay, let me illustrate. Suppose I want to go for 5-fold cross validation. Then I would first divide my data into 5 equal parts. So let those parts be P1, P2, P3, P4, P5. What I do every time is I keep one of these parts aside, fit the model on the basis of remaining and predict for the part which is kept aside. So first let me take alpha equal to 0.1. So for alpha equal to 0.1, I would do that exercise. Means with alpha equal to 0.1, I would take these P2, P3, P4, P5 as my training data. And with this total cost complexity term, so if I call this C of alpha, so I would first build an entire tree on the basis of this training sample. Then I would prune that tree so as to get the best value of this. Best means here minimum. Okay, so the minimum value of this with alpha equal to 0.1, and that tree I would use as the final tree to predict outcome for observations which are in P1. Okay, then I can get error for that. Remember, I am still talking about regression trees. Okay, we have not yet entered classification trees. So I'll get error from this sum of squared error kind of thing. That can be called as VE1, validation error, when the first part of the data is kept aside. I'll repeat this exercise by keeping P2 aside. So I'll keep this second part aside. I will fit a big tree for P1, P3, P4, P5 combined as the training data. Then with alpha equal to 1, I would evaluate the cost and I would prune the tree to get the minimum cost, and that would become VE2. Okay. Similarly, I'll get VE3, VE4 and VE5, and in using these 5, now I can compute the average validation error over these 5 parts. You can compute either average or total, doesn't really matter. Okay. So this exercise I did for alpha equal to 0.1. We have to repeat it for alpha equal to 0.2, 0.3, suppose till 0.9. Okay. So for every value of alpha, I will have one estimate of validation error, which is actually an estimate of test error. And then I would choose that alpha for which this is minimum. So suppose it is minimum here, then I will say okay, alpha equal to 0.3 is giving me the smallest validation error. So probably alpha equal to 0.3 would give me a tree which is good for prediction for the new data set. Is it okay? What I described here is a very what do you call toy type of explanation for the actual process, because if I am trying alpha equal to 0.1, 0.2, why not 0.15? For that matter, why not 0.01? So ideally what the algorithm does is it kind of has a way to consider all possible values of alpha and find the best value. Is it okay? I have explained by taking 0.1, 0.2, 0.3 just to make things a bit clearer. Okay. The pruning thing, I am not sure how many of you have understood. So let me try to explain it a bit more. So what do I mean by choosing the tree with, best cost or minimum cost? So suppose this is my entire tree. Okay. Suppose this is my entire tree. Now, so I have how many nodes total? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So currently my mod T is 11. I have L1, L2, L3, L4, L5, L6. 6 leaf nodes. In each of the leaf nodes I can find prediction error. This is training data, but using training data itself I can find prediction error. So that error plus alpha times mod T was 11. So alpha times 11 becomes my error for this current complete tree. Okay. Then we prune the weakest link. Weakest link means we see that out of this, this and this 3 divisions, which division is actually not giving me much great improvement over the earlier tree. So suppose this is the weakest link, then I remove this. Okay. So I actually remove this means these 2 leaf nodes are now gone. Okay. And now my new leaf nodes would be, so my new tree has L1, L2, L3 because this becomes a leaf node since this is pruned, L4, L5. So new tree has only 5 leaf nodes and then 6, 7, 8, 9. So my mod T becomes 9. So I can compute now error for these leaf nodes. Okay. So I would have E2 plus alpha times 9. This would be for the second number tree. And I can go on doing this exercise till I am left with just one node, that is the root node. Okay. So at the next step maybe I eliminate this. So I'll get 1, 2, 3, 4 leaf nodes only and so on. Okay. And every time I'll get these values and I have to choose that tree for which this value is minimum. So even for fixed alpha, I need to first choose the best tree by pruning. Is it okay? Is this process clear? I'm sure some of you still have doubts. What I suggest is take some arbitrary numbers over here and try to compute this error for each of them. Okay, and try to understand the pruning. If you don't get it, we'll discuss it again in the next lecture. Okay, maybe with an example. But I want you to try on your own first, so I'm not giving an example today. Okay. So this is about cost complexity pruning. So for every alpha you get the best tree. That tree you use for getting the validation errors. And then from those validation errors you choose the best alpha. So the choosing happens twice. For given alpha you choose a tree. And then by experimenting with different alphas you choose the best alpha. Okay. And whatever is your best alpha, you build your final tree on the entire training data using that alpha. Okay, and when I say using that alpha, you have to again choose the best tree on the final data using that alpha. Is it okay? I know it sounds a bit of, kind of repetitive, recursive. You may have lost track of what we are doing. So that's why I suggest take a toy example. Try to work it out on your own manually, not using computer. Okay. Okay. Now, fine. This is about regression trees. I said we have not yet entered classification trees because there are various ways in which error can be measured in the case of a classification tree. Okay. The first and the most commonly known error for you is misclassification error. How is misclassification error measured? So suppose this is my leaf node. I have 70 observations from class 1 and 30 observations from class 2. Suppose I have only binary classification tree. Then what would be misclassification error? Because majority is from class 1, I would say okay, assign all these observations to class 1. So these 30 are misclassified. So misclassification error would be 30 upon 100, that is 30% or 0.3. Okay. So this is for binary setup. What if I have more than 2 classes? So suppose I have 60, 30 and 10. So 60 observations from class 1, 30 observations from class 2 and 10 observations from class 3. Then because majority is 60, my prediction is going to be class 1 again. And now misclassification error is everything from the remaining classes upon total number of observations. Okay. So in general, if I want to define in terms of notation, how would I define misclassification error for a given node? So if P1, P2, Pk are proportions of observations from kth class, observations from k classes respectively, then for computing misclassification, what we have to do? We have to keep the largest proportion aside and everything else would be misclassification. So 1 minus maximum over pi's, I going from 1 to up to k. Please check if it is correct. Okay. What I am doing is, for example, here in this data, my P1 was 0.6, P2 is 0.3, P3 is 0.1. So first I am computing maximum. So maximum is 0.6. So 1 minus 0.6 becomes the misclassification. Is it okay? So in general, this is how we define misclassification. Okay. But misclassification error is not the only type of error that is used. There are some other types of errors also. So one is known as Gini coefficient or Gini index. So how does one define Gini coefficient? So let me state the definition first. So Gini coefficient for any particular node would be defined as sum over pi into 1 minus pi, I going from 1 to k. Okay. So you have k classes. It would be defined as sum over pi into 1 minus pi. So how would it be? I have two examples here, one for binary and one for classification with 3 classes. So in binary setup, this would become 0.3 into 0.7 plus 0.7 into 0.3. Okay, so basically 2 times P1 into 1 minus P1. Okay, or 2 times P1, P2, anything is fine. In the multi 3 class setup, it would be 0.6 into 0.4 plus 0.3 into 0.7 plus 0.1 into 0.9. So you take each proportion and then you take the complementary proportion here. Okay, pi into 1 minus pi. Now, when would GI be maximum in general? So when is the quantity p into 1 minus p largest? You have seen this probably in the case of Bernoulli, because p into 1 minus p is variance of Bernoulli. So when is the variance largest? When p is half, right? So if majority of the p's are near half, then you get Gini index to be maximum. So p is near half means your class is not at all pure. It's kind of like very fuzzy or hazy kind of classification. Okay, because you have almost equal proportion. Okay, therefore Gini index is also like an error. To choose the best tree or to choose the best node, you have to minimize the Gini coefficient. Okay, Gini coefficient should be minimized. So this is also known as a measure of purity of a node, okay, because if a node is pure, then Gini coefficient would be low. If a node is impure, Gini coefficient would be high. What is meant by a pure node? Pure node means which belongs mostly to one class. Actually, pure node would mean all the 100% observations are in one class. Impure means some disturbance. So impurity increases as the proportions become more and more similar. Okay. So for example, a node with 90-10 division and node with 70-30 division. So this node is more pure than the second node. Okay. So this node is more pure than the second node. Okay. This is Gini coefficient. There is one more also, something called as cross entropy. Okay. What is cross entropy? How is it defined? Cross entropy is defined as minus pi log of pi, I going from 1 to k. Okay. Entropy of a node is defined as minus pi log of pi. First of all, does it mean that entropy has negative values? What is your conclusion? Yes. See, pi's are between 0 1. So log pi will always be negative, and hence to balance that negative we get a negative sign over here. So entropy would actually always be positive even though the negative sign is present. Okay. And entropy again is like Gini coefficient. Low entropy would indicate a purer node. Okay. Low entropy would indicate a purer node. High entropy would indicate an impure node. So again, if I want to choose on the basis of entropy, I have to choose the node which has lowest entropy as the best node. But what do I mean by choosing a node? So see, we actually don't choose a node, but the split is chosen like that. So for example, let us say this is my root node. It has 100 observations, 60 from class 1, 40 from class 2. And suppose I have two variables x1, x2, and I have to choose on the basis of which of these variables I need to compute this, I need to have the next split. So suppose we have already chosen the individual bests, that is for x1 we know threshold S1 gives the best result, for x2 threshold S2 gives the best result. Then what I have to do with x1 less than or equal to S1 and x1 greater than S1, I'll get some class, some division. So let us say 50 here, 10 here. So 50 from class 1, 10 from class 1 here, and this 40 gets divided as 20, 20, suppose. Okay. And on the basis of x2, this same thing I have to divide, and S2 is suppose the best. So I have x2 less than or equal to S2 and x2 greater than S2. And suppose the division is 40 from class 1, 20 from class 2 and 20 from class 1, 20 from class 2. Okay. Then let us compute value of each of the above measures: misclassification, Gini index and entropy. So for misclassification, in this first thing here, misclassification is 2 by 5. Here it is 1 by 3. Not 2 by 5, I'm sorry. 2 by 7 because I have to take the total. Let me number these nodes. Okay, leaf 1, leaf 2. And here I have leaf 3, let us say leaf 4. They are not actually part of same tree, but just to compare, finally I have to add leaf 1, leaf 2 error and leaf 3, leaf 4 error and see which is the best kind of error. Best means minimum. So I have leaf 1, leaf 2, leaf 3, leaf 4. So via misclassification error, for leaf 1, 2 upon 7, 20 by 70. For leaf 2 it would be 1 by 3, 10 upon 10 plus 20. For leaf 3 it would be 2 upon 6 and here it would be 2 upon 4. So if I add these two and then add these two, so here it would be 21, 6 plus 7, so 13 by 21, and here it would be 20 by 24. So which one is the largest? I think the right side is larger. Okay, right side is 420. If I go this way and if I do this, then yeah, it's 3112. I am assuming my calculations are correct. If they are wrong, please let me know. 3112 and 420. So this has larger error as far as misclassification is concerned. Okay. Now I can compute Gini index for this. Okay. I can compute Gini index for this. So Gini index would be, in the first scenario I have 50-20. So 50-20 means, okay, so I have to now compute Gini index. So misclassification errors are available with me. I can use them. So 2 into 2 by 7 is probability of one class. So the other class would be 5 by 7. For leaf 2 it would be 2 into 1 by 3 into 2 by 3. For leaf 3 it would be 2 into 2 by 6 into 4 by 6. And for leaf 4 it would be 2 into half into half. 2 by 4 is actually half. In fact, this also you can write 1 by 3, 2 by 3. Okay. So clearly, if I add again L1 and L2 together and then L3, L4 together, clearly by Gini coefficient wise also this is bad. So I will again choose first split. Similarly, you have to compute entropy. So entropy you can compute for all four, then add these two and see whether this has smaller value or this has smaller value. So at least by the Gini index and misclassification error, what we are saying is this split is better because it is giving less misclassification error and less Gini index. So it's probably giving us purer nodes. Okay. Now I have some work for you. So we'll have a bonus question now. Okay. What is a bonus question? The bonus question is, first, it's a two-part question. First, can there be a disagreement between misclassification error and Gini index? Okay. Can there be a disagreement between misclassification error and Gini index? If you feel yes, give an example. So construct some split where misclassification error says something and Gini index said opposite. If no, give rigorous justification, either a proof or a justification. Okay. Oh, I said two part, actually it's a three-part question. So this is first part. Second part is exactly same question but with misclassification and cross entropy. So can there be a disagreement between misclassification error and cross entropy? If yes, give an example. If no, give rigorous justification or proof. And third is GI and CE. So Gini index and cross entropy, would they always agree? If no, give justification. If you feel no, give an example. If yes, give justification. Okay. So this is a bonus question. So the usual rules of bonus question apply. You know, in multivariate also that happened. The first three completely correct solutions would get some bonus marks in the internal. Let us say 2 bonus marks in the internal, 2 out of 50. Okay. Even if you, there is a possibility that nobody gets perfectly correct answer. So you can get partial credit for partial solution. Okay. So think, but do try to think in this way. So this was bonus question. I also have homework for you, but homework is different. Homework is just for your own practice. So take different values of P on x-axis. So 0, 0.1, 0.2 and so on up to 1. Okay, and plot graph of misclassification error, Gini index Gini index and cross entropy. Ideally they both should be maximum at 0.5. Okay, they both should be, both means all three should be maximum at 0.5. See how the curves change. Okay, this is the homework. This is not difficult. You have to just in the binary setup, so only two classes. Okay, so take P1 as this and then construct with P2 as 1 minus it. Okay, so this is another homework. Try to draw a graph. You can do manually or you can do using R, whichever is more convenient for you. Okay, so these are three types of errors which can be used in the classification setup to choose optimal node. In the regression setup, we generally use squared error, or sometimes you can use absolute error to choose the optimal node, but mostly squared error is preferred. Okay, so today I will stop here. We can now we have to now take probably one example of pruning, etc. But if you can do it on your own, that would be good. So try to do it on your own. We'll discuss whether there is a need to discuss in the class. If you feel there is a need, then we'll discuss an example. Otherwise, we would move on to the further subtopic. Okay, so thank you.